Why is the correlation so important from global liquidity and Bitcoin? How come it's so correlated? Is it because it's a good monetary hedge?
If you think of Bitcoin, there are two dimensions. There's an intensive margin and an extensive margin. And let me describe what I mean by that. The extensive margin is lots of people owning $100 of Bitcoin, okay? That moving from, let's say, 10 people to 100 people to 10,000 people to 1 million people to maybe 10 million people. Now that's the extensive margin growth, okay? And that is like the take up of anything, be it transistor radios to, the internet to mobile phones. You get an S-shaped growth curve reflecting the take up of new technologies. So that's the extensive margin. So Bitcoin is following the S-shaped growth curve. The other element is the intensive margin, and that's where the monetary hedge bit, I think, comes in. And that's really like saying, I've got $100 in Bitcoin now, but I think there's going to be more monetary inflation in the future. Therefore, I'm going to put $5,000 in Bitcoin. Or if I'm an institution, I might say, well, I'm going to put, $50 million of my institutional money in Bitcoin. So that's the intensive margin, and that's much more about monetary hedge. So I think if you put these two things together and multiply them, the intensive margin and the extensive margin, you probably get somewhere to explaining why Bitcoin has been going up so much, in the last 5 years. It's highly sensitive to liquidity, that's for sure. But that may be a slightly fake statistic or exaggerated statistic, overestimated, simply because you've got to allow for two things. One is the monetary inflation dynamic, and the other is the S-shaped growth curve of a take-up of the new product.